This is Kardec Radio for Teens.
And now it's time for Message from a Teen in the Spirit World with your hosts, Mark Smith and Carol Coran.
Hello, friends. Welcome to another message from a teen in the spirit world. Today we are going to revisit Carlos as he awakens to a new life and a new reality. The life in the spiritual realm, a life that never ends, a life that is filled with new opportunities, and for him, a life filled with new questions as he realizes that physical death is but a new beginning. So, shall we begin the journey with Carlos once again? Mark, could you please guide us in our journey?
Message from a Teen in the Spirit World. This week's chapter, The Doctor. We hadn't yet finished expressing all our love and joy at seeing each other again when the doctor we had been expecting arrived. Aunt Eunice went to greet him and brought him into the room. He was good-natured and cheerful as he cordially greeted everyone. He carefully examined me up and down and applied rays of light to my body by using a small device that I can't really describe. Then he silently passed his right hand several times over my chest and head, and I noticed that sparks of bright bluish light came from his fingers. When he had finished, he began to explain things to us. He was satisfied and optimistic, giving me the impression that he was much more concerned with giving me new thoughts than medicine. He didn't ask me about the doctor who had treated me at home. He wasn't visibly interested in my sore throat, nor did he ask any questions that would remind me of my former situation. He skillfully made me forget my pain and suffering by distracting me with much more interesting matters. He asked me what profession I would have chosen if I'd stayed among incarnate spirits, and when I told him something of my interest in airplanes, he began to elaborate so remarkably on the progress of the science of flight that, frankly, I felt like someone else. I wasn't at all concerned with thoughts about my disease, nor did I feel any attachment to the body I'd left behind. He was talking like an experienced flight instructor. I listened to him with growing amazement because of it. After his informed exposition on the topic that interested me so much, he told me that he knew Santos Dumont, an early Brazilian pioneer in flight, who some say flew before the Wright brothers, and promised me more talks on aviation at the first opportunity. I saw that the kind doctor was about to end our conversation, so I risked a question, having completely forgotten about my illness. Doctor, do you think I could keep on studying here? Of course, he replied happily. No one has to stop the work of learning just because they've been deprived of their physical body. I hope to see you up and about very soon so that you can study and learn new things. This filled me with eagerness and satisfaction. When he was ready to say goodbye, he suggested I enroll in the children's complex, where I would receive all the benefits I needed. Grandma Delia and Aunt Eunice thankfully agreed. After the doctor left, I noticed I could no longer hear Mom crying, and that all my pain had somehow disappeared.
How beautiful to see the power of love when love is put into action. It's very touching and very inspiring to know that right at this moment, dear friends, we are under the care of loving spirit friends, loving spirit nurses, loving spirit therapists, and loving spirit doctors, not to mention loving family members who have journeyed to the real life ahead of us. But you may be asking yourselves, dear listeners, we are not ill. Why are Mark and Carol talking to us about doctors, because these are doctors that instill joy, that instill love, that instill hope, that instill understanding, that instill fraternity in our hearts. Notice, dear friends, that the spirit doctor that spoke to our dear Carlos didn't offer him any medicines. Instead, the doctor offered him new hopes, new dreams, a very beautiful dosage of optimism. And this is exactly what our guardian angels or spirit mentors are inspiring us to do in every step that we take in this journey with Carlos. Every real life account that Carlos shares with us from the other side is like a compilation of beautiful vitamins for the soul. At times when we go to the doctor to care for our physical vests, our physical bodies, the doctor says, oh, you may need more vitamin B, or you may need more vitamin D because it's a bit cold, and vitamin D replaces some of the energy that you would receive from the sun. Or you may need vitamin C in order to boost your immune system. And of course, those are really valid if the doctor prescribes it to us with all the respect to the medicine we have on this side of life. But notice, dear friends, that we also have a beautiful team that treats not only the vest that is temporary, but mainly our real selves, our spirit selves that are literally eternal. And we may ask ourselves, but how do they treat our real selves? By sharing healthy and perfectly tailored messages of hope, joy, fraternity, and usefulness. Notice, dear friends, that the doctor in the spiritual realm literally says to Carlos, no one should be deprived of learning and studying because they no longer are in possession of a temporary physical body. How beautiful is that? To know that each and every one of us are co-creators with God, that each and every one of us are capable of learning and becoming all the more useful to ourselves and to others, because God has entitled each and every one of us with the most beautiful privilege of them all, the privilege of being God's children. Did you know, dear friends, that you, exactly you who are listening to us at this very moment, are a divine child of God? And as such, God is right now counting on you as she counts on each of us to co-create a new reality for ourselves and for others. So like Carlos, let's embrace the invitation that at this moment is coming to us from the spiritual realm, and make a choice, make a healthy choice for ourselves from the perspective of eternal spirits. Do we want to lament or feel depressed over what we don't have, or over the opportunities that may no longer be within our reach? Or can we choose to embrace the here now and all the gifts that surround us at this very moment? The very fact that we are connected, dear friends, through this internet radio waves is a blessing. Not everyone around us is blessed with such a gift. This in and of itself is a beautiful and unique opportunity to study the science of the soul together through radio waves. In no other time in the history of the world have we had this opportunity. So how blessed are we? Shall we choose, dear friends, therefore, to count our blessings and realize how fortunate we are, like Carlos is beginning to? Even after the death of his physical body, he is not deserted, he is not left alone, he is not left unloved. Why? Because God's infinite love is complete, whole, and abundant. Shall we say a prayer in celebration of this infinite source of abundant love from whom all of us come? Mark, could you please lead us in this prayer and visualization? And as we listen to Mark's voice and emotions, let us practice, dear friends, to feel the words, internalize the words, because God's beautiful, loving energy is connecting us. Let us visualize bridges of love connecting all of us throughout the world.
Thank you, dear mentors, for this important lesson where we've learned today that all of us are connected through beautiful threads of love. Beautiful threads of love that connect us to the Creator who created this beautiful earth, and this Creator who created the universe that we're a part of. Thank you for this beautiful gift of this wonderful account from a discarnate youth who's teaching us that even after passing to the spirit realm, we are connected once again by caring and loving individuals whose sole mission is to serve our continued development as a spirit. Thank you so much for reminding us that we are all children of God who are capable of living, loving, and learning now and always. So be it.
So be it, and may we all, dear friends, feel the blessings of being a child of God, and may we reaffirm to ourselves that we are all capable of living, loving, and learning. Until next time, we wish you many, many loving blessings.
This has been Kardec Radio for Teens. Thank you all for listening.